Welcome back. My name is Mark Anthony Dubose Jr. I was born July 4th, 1986. I want to say thank you for tuning in. Today, I want to talk a little bit about, it was a very interesting comment I got today on a video that I put out today. And I'm going to try to make a little bit more videos because there's some stuff that I just want to be able to communicate to people. Because for some reason, the more and more I keep talking to folks, the more I just realize stuff that I just know and is normal that I just do. It's like foreign and weird and strange and new to a lot of people. And the main thing I want to talk about today, I just want to talk about dogs, just specifically dogs and what it is that's going on. Sorry, the cows is just they acting on the food right now. The dogs that are just doing what the dogs do, and that's going to come down to the feelings over the facts. Because there's a time that I got in said my feelings about what it is that I'm doing with these dogs to get them to get into a said better place, such as I didn't feel like and have a good feeling set in me of having to keep constantly giving these dogs said corrections and keep having to just keep giving them treats all day to just please stay with me. And I had to stop myself because this is when I was in a dog school. I rejected treats day one when I went to dog training school because I had an understanding, I had an image, I'm going to say, of what I anticipate and expect my relationship with my dogs to be like. And it has nothing to do with leashes and collars. It has nothing to do with treats. It has everything to do with just me being, me speaking, and the dog just wanting to pay attention to that. That's all that was. It's all that's going on. So my image of that was already, I'm going to say what people say today, which is wild. That's like high. Whereas when I grew up and was looking at this stuff, that was like the mediocre. Just having a dog to just do simply what she's doing, simply what this dog's doing. Simply, I don't even know where they're doing. Parenting's back over. Simply what they're doing. Oreo is hopefully putting baby chicks up for me right now, doing his work that I don't need to micromanage, that he could just do. And simply being able to do this is considered today like a high accomplishment in reality for some reason, for some strange reason. But to me, that's a low bar. To me, the high accomplishments are being able to do the wild, crazy, just, I don't even know what to explain with that. But all the tricks and all the things and all that, but to be able to just have a dog be able to relax and calm down and be able to be with me, that to me was my base level. And I was realizing that the things that I was doing to try to get that wasn't getting that. And that's why for me, I had to have a shift, to have a change, to have to do something different. I had to say what I'm actually seeing is not giving me what I want. So I started to look for the facts. The facts are, I see people doing with their dogs that I wanted. The facts are, I grew up around dogs that no one had a treat in their pocket. No one had leashes even on their dogs. Everyone was just hanging out with the dogs. The dogs were just around. That's how I grew up seeing dogs. And I grew up seeing dogs that way in a way that no one was like nervous and worried. No one was like, not no one, but I had one person I remember that they was watching the front door, make sure the dog don't run out. But this stuff was just like dogs were just hanging out. They'll go in the front yard and just sit down, and they didn't run the streets and run away and run all over the place. The dogs were just around. And we never had to worry about, oh my goodness, this dog, don't touch that dog, don't go near that dog. It was just, everyone has just had dogs. And it was just, what I want to say is peaceful. Whereas today, it's no longer, it's far from peaceful. Yeah, y'all going crazy over these dogs today. It's just going absolutely mad and absolutely wild. So I had to start to look at the facts and get out of my feelings. I don't feel like giving a dog a treat. Well, maybe I need to and get past that to be able to get the dog that I'm looking for. I don't feel good by having to constantly keep giving a dog leash pressure and leash corrections. But maybe I had to just get through that to get past that to be able to get the dog that I was looking for. But something happened that I started to realize I don't need to push past these feelings. I need to start to look at the facts. The facts are the people that are trying to tell me to push through these feelings actually didn't have what I was looking for. They didn't have the dog at all that I desired, like zero, like out of a scale of 1 to 10, and 10 is the dog I'm looking for. The dogs that these people, the professionals, the educators, the ones that know it all, were trying to show me and tell me to do with their dog was like a 1. Some of them, a 0. Some of them, I don't even want your dog. I wouldn't even want to be near the dog. But yet I'm listening to them to tell me how to get the dog that I'm looking for. And I'm going against what I'm straight up my feelings, my way of being, my livelihood to try to get my dog to be a way that you have what I don't want. And at the same time, they're unable to even be able to do something simple as get a dog to just calm down and relax and just hang out without having to like just drill it hard. So this is why I mean purposely, I want to keep making more videos and doing a little bit more at different times, different stages of the day. Right now, it's what, 3, 4 o'clock. We haven't been running. We haven't been doing nothing. The dog's been in the house. I just had an appointment. I just run 2 appointments this morning, run back home, get here. The dogs, I come out straight, put the camera on, put it going. I don't need to exercise and run and drill the dogs out to get the dogs to like be able to just know how to calm down. And that's what I was looking for. I was looking for a dog that just, I don't need to like run it obsessively all day. That's what someone says. So the only way, this is a lie, and I'm going to straight up say, your dog only looks calm because it's getting all that exercise out. And then once the dog is no longer tired from that exercise, then the dog is going to be the butthead that the dog is. That is not true. I don't see that at all across the board with any of my animals, at all of my animals at that. I don't only have to work them and get them exercise for them to look like this. I could open the door day one in the morning, this dog looks like this. All the dogs, they just look like this all the time. And those are the facts that I was looking for. And then I started to go towards those facts and to get out of, say, I don't feel like that, and understand that I don't need to do that. And that's something that I think is unfortunate that a lot of us are stumbling into. We're running into a situation that someone is trying to tell us to do something, and they do not have anything that you're looking for. That's why I am a specific type working with animals person that's different than someone else that is trying to activate the dogs to go into do sport all day long. I'm trying to get my dogs to understand, for one, the best balance possible. We could do the sport, but we also have the time that we hang out. And I put more time on hanging out, because more time on hanging out is more time of what in reality most people are looking for. And at the end of the day, straight up, so I messed up. I don't care what you're looking for. I was trying to get to what I was looking for. And when I got to what I was looking for, I realized, man, a lot of people also are looking for what it is that I'm looking for. And I started to just understand something here. The things that I'm looking for are not like miracle and best of the best and the greatest of the greatest. The stuff that I'm looking for is the base, what I'm gonna straight up say, basic bare minimum. I'm not doing the extra. I'm doing the bare minimum. I don't do extra. I just do the littlest amount that I can, because I got all kinds of other stuff that I need to work on that's more important than worrying about my dog at the end of the day. My dog is coming along. We're having fun. We're doing what we're doing. And I can't just spend like 80 hours a day, 18 hours a day working with these dogs to get them to look away. I got to spend the most minimal amount to get like the best results possible. And I realized something, that when I was going the route of trying to do something that someone else was trying to tell me to do to be able to get mine into a place, I wasn't getting there. I was spending more and more, way more time into something that wasn't giving me what I was wanting. And I had to just flat out say, this is the part where it's hard. This is the part that's hard. This is the part that I believe is most difficult, is looking at the said professional and saying to the professional, you're not doing nothing for me. You're not giving me what I want. I know you may have all these reviews and all these viewers and all these playing things and all this out there of people saying how great you are, but for what I want, you're trash, buddy. Girlfriend, you're not doing nothing for me. You're not giving me nothing. And it's hard to do that, to stand up and just say that, and just in reality, just fire a person to say, this isn't working. This isn't going to what I am looking for. That may be what your vision is, what you like with your dogs, but what I'm looking for mine and what I want, it's not working. That's why for me, like 99.8% of the stuff that I learned in dog training school, I have to reject, because it's not giving me what I'm looking for my animals. For their animals and what they're wanting, great, it's fantastic. It's y'all keep doing what you're doing. But for what I'm looking for, what I'm desiring, what I need to be able to live on a day-to-day, to be able to function, to be able to have a nice, peaceful existence, that wasn't giving me what I needed. So I had to come off and do something different. And that comes down to the concept of, well, I just have to say this, that I don't know how else to say it, but saying it in a way that it's the wrong way of saying it, but it's the right way of looking at it, but the wrong way of looking at it, but the right way of saying it. Back and forth there, of saying if your feelings is getting affected with what someone is trying to tell you to do, more than likely it's something that you need not be doing. You just straight need not be doing. Because the main thing is, there's another part of us that those feelings come into is, I'm going to say, the intuition that I'm working more off of today, understanding what it is that I should and shouldn't be doing. Not my feelings, but my intuition, is my gut feeling of saying, something's wrong here. Something's wrong. You need to abort mission. You need to stop. You need to cancel that. You need to go off and do something different. My intuition is stating something that's saying, this isn't right. And we need to be able to understand how to trust that, and to be able to work with that, and to be able to understand it and realize that it's valid. That if someone is trying to tell you this and this and this, is most cases, this is the hardest part with life, people. They want you to do what they do, but you want to do what you want to do. Everybody's trying to tell me how I need to work with my dogs. Everyone's trying to tell me that how I need to be with them, how I need to do everything with them. But yet they do not have what I want. So my intuition is stating I do not want to do what they do because they do not have what I want. This is the biggest thing that I think we get jammed up with these animals today, because we're seeing the show that people are putting on as opposed to what you're actually living with on a day-to-day. And for me, all I want to do is show what I live with on a day-to-day. Everything that goes on and how everything is. Like right now, Oreo's over here trying to go on my trash bin. I say, Oreo, I don't want you over there. I don't want you. He jumping all on it. I don't want you over there. Just the real life of what it takes to be able to do real life and all day. Not this stage set up and everything has to look away, but just what we're dealing with on a day-to-day, all-day basis. And that's the part that I want to be able to show and explain, that this is what I do with dogs and how I talk about with what I'm able to do with them. Is I'm not setting things up to just, I could do the sit, I could do the down, I could do this, this routine to make the dog be away. I just want to be able to live with the dogs. So when my intuition was telling me giving these dogs all these treats is wrong. When my intuition was telling me that trying to convince a dog to lay down and have to give the dog a leash pressure is wrong, I need to listen to that. I need to listen to it, and I need to just stop everything I'm doing and say, hey, what's going on here? Because when your intuition is screaming and saying, hey, maybe this isn't right, something's going to happen that you're not going to be happy with in the end, because you're trying to adopt what someone else is wanting you to do. That's why for me, I don't like training technique. This is how you do it. This is how you do it. I want you to be able to figure that out. I want you to be able to understand. This is the biggest thing, people. I see it. Oh, I just saw it today. It happened. I don't know why. Grab the leash. I don't care if the dog's on the harness. I don't care if the dog's on a flat collar. I don't care what's on the dog, man. Grab the dog, grab a leash, something that you can hold the dog so the dog can't leave, and just stand there. Stand there. When the dog is freaking out, just stand there. The dog is calm, just stand there. The dog is freaking out again, just stand there. I just see like miracle work happen in front of my eyes by just standing there and doing absolutely nothing. Just stand there and be. That's all that I want people to do. And then once you get that, once you get the dog to just be able to be with you and to be calm with you, then you decide where you want to go next, what you desire, what you're looking for. Now that I've gotten that, which I don't know why, it's taking longer for this dog compared to my other dogs to be able to just stand there, just be able to hang out, to be able to just hang out. Now I'm like, I want to do extra stuff with her today. Now I want to do a competition obedience routine with her. And it's not going to be hostile. I've been working on things already. All I do is my hands and my body. I got no treats, no nothing. And I'm trying to get her to do, I want her to do one of those, the PSA, the PDC or the PSA, the obedience routine. It's pretty intense. And I want to figure out how to get the dang Dalmatian to do that with no equipment, no tools, no treats, no nothing, just to do it. But that's me. That's what I want to do next. Once I got her to be able to just relax and be with me, my gut instinct, my feeling, my everything was stating, I just want my dogs to be able to just be. I don't want no collars on them. I don't want no leashes on them. I don't want no treats in them. I don't want no nothing. I don't want nothing. That was just my vision of seeing dog. And then the vision, when I started getting closer to figure out how to do that, people are telling me, Mark, this is what you need. Mark, this, you got to do this. You got to do this. And then I was like, I don't know. And then I was like, let me see your dog. And then their dogs are, I don't want to say it like this, but a mess. They could never just simply do what I do with mine, straight up. The dogs are a mess. They're always running a food. They're always going crazy. They're always in something. They're always messing up something. They're always chasing something. They're always just gone. They're always just all the time. I'm just like, I don't want that. I don't want that. So clearly what you're trying to tell me to do, it may work in theory, but the real world application of it, I don't see the proof. I don't see it. I don't see it happening in my face. And then I had to get back to doing what I just would just know is right. But I just started to know what was right. And when I started to know what was right is, again, taking it back 1,000 notches and just hanging out with the dog and just being with the dog. When I took it back, all of everything that I was learning and doing, and took it back to just grab a leash and grab a dog and grab a collar and put it on the dog, I started to see things turn into what it is that I was actually desiring, that I was actually wanting. So I had to reject what everything and everybody was trying to say to me and go into what I knew that I was looking for, what I wanted. And then just along this journey of me finding what I was wanting and going and talking to more and more and more people, y'all want the same thing that I'm looking for. And what I'm trying to explain and trying to give is something so basic and so simple that it almost seems like it's not going to do anything. But the biggest thing here is, once you're able to get the dog to be able to calm down and be able to hang out and be able to chill and relax with you, Now you can go off and do what you're looking for next. But the biggest problem is everyone wants to call up of, I need my dog to listen to me. So you need your dog to listen to you through obedience, through something, as opposed to it just wanting to listen to you. That's what I want to get back to, that core understanding. I'm not some trying to outshine or outdo or outbe anybody on this planet by saying, I don't want equipment, I don't want tools, I don't want anything on my dogs. No, I'm just trying to go back to what I'm going to straight up say is what is natural on this land. That's why even me, I want to get rid of a fence line and using the animals to do what I do. I want to get back to what's natural. Because what's natural, the animals calm down. You know, I made that video, my border collie back there with those baby chicks, and he doesn't need to go back there anymore because they all stay inside. They don't break it out and go crazy anymore because he's the one that's putting them in, and now they're relaxed and calm and satisfied in there. They have no desire to try to go out and do anything because what's safe to them is there. He's brought the safety to them. The fences bring chaos. It forces them to want to break out. But the dogs bring safety. The animals working with each other. So I do that to the dogs. I bring the dog to safety so the dog doesn't need to go and be wild and go crazy and do nothing wild. I bring the dog to safety. I want to get back to what's natural. What's unnatural are fence lines. What's unnatural are having to use a specific piece of equipment to convince the dog to stay with you. That's not natural. We can't possibly keep doing that because it's not what's normal. What's normal is just being with the dog. What's normal is having the animals around. That's what's normal, but we're trying to technologically advance things that don't need to be technologically advanced. Just getting back to basic fundamental instincts of us as the animals living on this planet, of working with each other, working in tune with each other. And the more and more that we start to use too much technology, the more and more chaos that we get. That's why I can't stand I like it, but I can't stand my electric fence wire to keep containing animals because they test it. They test it, they test it, they test it. They're constantly testing it. And they know when it's on. They smell it because it's off right now, but they got the hay bale that they're eating on. But when it's off, they always break something. They always jump, so they're always gone. So I have to be on edge all the time, every day, monitoring that wire, making sure it's not jammed up, making sure it's getting full strength, making sure nothing's grounded on it, making sure it's perfect. Because the second that it's not, they test it and they're gone. And that's what the dogs do. It's all that the dogs do. The more we're putting all this said pressure on them. I put the pressure with that fence wire. The more they're testing it. And then once it's like, oh, it's not on, they're gone, man. They're gone. They're out of here. As opposed to working with what's natural. The dog is going to say, hey, stay here. Stay here. Hang out. Just stay here. We're good. Stay here. Everything's fine. Don't worry about over there. Just stay here. They have zero desires to test the wire. They have zero desires to test the fence. They just stay because the dog is able to communicate to them. We're safe here, guys. We're safe. We're good. Everything's fine. Everything's taken care of. And that's what I give to these dogs. We're safe. Everything's taken care of. Everything's fine. I got it. I got it. And that's the relationship that I've been looking for my dogs. And on this journey of trying to figure out how to be able to do that, I realized something. I go back to being very, very simple. Go back to being very, very basic. I go back to get into a place that does not require as much work as trying to do all this other mumbo jumbo, I guess I want to say, that I learned in dog training school. The thing is, I'm going to say, I didn't feel comfortable. But I had to realize, Mark, who cares what you feel if it's what needs to be done? And then I realized it actually isn't what's needed to be done because no one was able to give me what I wanted. No one was able to show me the picture. We always talk about the picture of the dog. No one showed me the picture of the dog that I was like, that's what I want. I would only see it in a random neighbor, a random person that knows nothing about dog training, that knows nothing about leashes and collars. They would always show me they would always show me what I wanted. Then I started to ask them and start to look at them and start to pay attention to that. And I started to see something absolutely incredible. Man, how'd y'all even get this? Give me a second. I gotta hide this real quick. I don't know what it is. I just don't like them chewing on plastic. I don't know why. It scares me. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't even know what it is about the plastic. Don't chew on plastic. It just scares me. Makes me know I can chew on bones all day long, chew on sticks all day long, but the plastic, it's scary. That's some scary stuff to me. But then that's just a prime example of just being able to just live and just be able to be. And I realized that it's simple, and all the extra madness that we're doing is actually making things to be chaos. So for me, I want to start studying people that were able to live the lifestyle that I was looking for. I don't want to rely on leashes and collars and systems and treats and tools and anything to be able to have a dog. I just want to be able to be a human being with a dog. And I started to understand how to be able to get that by simply grabbing a leash and grabbing a dog and being with the dog. And that's all that I've done with this dog here. Granted, she's sitting here chewing on a bone, but in reality, she didn't have that. She'd still just be hanging out. She just relaxed. She just chilled today. Whereas day one that I got her, what was she doing? She's just all over the place. I got chickens all around me. I got them all right here, everywhere, all the time. And she used to be go crazy wild over everything. Now what does she do? She hangs out. I have done zero, what I'm going to say is formal dog training on this dog. I simply stuck a leash and a collar on the dog. A leash and a collar, and then got her to calm down and relax. I gave her the game, the outlet that she likes to do. Flirt pole. Oh my goodness, she didn't start off with the flirt pole. She was actually a little weary of it, didn't care. She cared about the chickens more. So I'll go in the field, and she's like, oh, forget that flirt pole. I'm going to do. But now today I got her hooked on that. She's like, let's play that game. Let's do that. And things start to get better and better and better to the point that today I turn my back. I don't care. I don't care what's around, what's running in her face today around here. Even anywhere else, I don't care. I know that we're good because I laid that foundation of just doing the one thing that is so challenging for people, is doing nothing at all. Trying not to, I got this, and listening to the experts that aren't able to show you what it is that you're actually looking for. They're showing you these dogs with these great obedience skills. Is that what you want? To have to keep your dog in obedience all day and having to keep managing that all day long? Or do you want to just be able to be with the dog? And that's, for me, why I had to put a lot of pushback towards what I want to say is the experts that are trying to teach me and show me. They didn't show me what I wanted. And what I want isn't something that's like unachievable, crazy and wild and maddening. What I want isn't anything like that. And now in reality, in today's standards, what I do with my dogs is considered like elite type stuff. And it's not. It's the most basic fundamentals. I don't know how to explain it any more than the lazy man's way of training to get your dog to look like a professional dog. Because today what's considered like a really, really nice looking dog it's strange to me. It's really, really strange to me. I'm not one that has like the best skills and the best knowledge and the best. I've worked hundreds of thousands of dogs and 80 years into this. I simply am able to get a dog to be able to relax, to be able to calm down, so that I can be able to now effectively communicate to the dog. And that's what I was looking for. And what I'm looking for is not some fairy tales and some fake stuff. It's not some because of locations. I'm telling you, anyone that think, get out of there. Ophi, nope. What I do is not because of where I live, Ophi. The food is the hardest part with this dog. I took that plastic thing because of some, I used to make dog treats. I got my own that I make. Man, I make some good stuff, but I couldn't get into that business because it just didn't ethically feel right. And I'm telling y'all to stop using these treats, and I'm sitting here making these treats as these dogs go like wild over. So I got like 20 or 30 pounds of it still sitting in the fridge. It's just sitting there. I'm just like, I don't know what to do with this madness anymore. But that's the thing right there. Real world, how do I communicate to my dog what I'm looking for? And I realized the more that I just learn how to get her to be calm, especially around food, the better it is, the easier it is for me to do anything that I need to do with the dog. And this is normal everyday living, just all day. And it's something that, for some reason, I don't know why, for some reason, people want to have everything to say about, oh, it's this, oh, you're there, oh, you got this, oh, you got that. No, I got a human being that's willing. I've got a dog the dog ain't got a choice. It's willing. Ophi. A dog that's willing. A dog that is looking for direction, that is looking for a leader. And I got time that I want to put into that dog to say, this is what I want from you. And that's all that it takes. I don't care where you are. It's going to take you much longer to get your dog to be able to hang out here than being in your neighborhood. I promise you that. I have too many distractions here. I've got like poop all on the ground that all the dogs love. I got bugs, I got spiders, I got lizards, I got snakes, I got rabbits, I got squirrels, I got cows, I got donkeys, I got chickens, I got every bird that you could think of. I've got the other dogs, I've got the neighbor's dogs, I've got the neighbor's donkeys, I got everything. I got everything that you could possibly think about. Did I say rabbits? I got everything out here. Just random stuff running. I've got foxes, I've got coyotes, I've got there's something new out here. I've got a cat. I'm pretty sure it's a cat. I'm cool with the cat as long as he just takes mice out. It doesn't mess with my chickens. But I got a random cat out here now. I got everything that you could think of. And to get your dog through all of that, good luck. You got to have time. You got good luck. Good luck. I don't care. You can't correct the dog through all of it to get your dog to be good. You just can't. You're gonna fail. You're gonna stumble. And for me, I just want to be able to hang out. And I realizing it can be done. And it can be done in a way that feels right for me, I'm going to say straight up. And the facts prove to me that what feels right in that sense is actually giving me what I want.